what we see today is just the magnitude of property is just substantial. It's some of the biggest amounts of destruction that I've ever seen.
The wildfire in Malden has completely devastated the town of about 300 people. Approximately 70 to 80% of homes and structures in the area have been destroyed. We do have the latest information coming out of that fire. And here is a map showing several locations of those fires burning throughout the inland Northwest. We'll be continuing to update you on each of these fires that you see. And more than 54,000 people have been left without power in eastern Washington just today. Around 22,000 Avista customers, 11,000 Kootenai Electric customers, and 14,000 Inland Power customers have been affected. It's being attributed to high winds and those multiple wildfires burning throughout the region. Avista says that customers who have lost power should be prepared for an outage of 1 to 2 days. And good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Regina On. We do have live team coverage tonight for all the fires burning around the inland Northwest. Thomas Patrick will be updating us on how strong those winds were today and what we can expect throughout the evening. And I'm Morgan Trout live in Davenport for that Whitney fire. But first tonight, let's get right into the Malden fire that has completely devastated the area. Our Amanda Rowley has the latest now from downtown Malden.
We're in the heart of town, and behind me, this building is what was the United States Post Office. You can see tonight it is still actively burning. But as we point your attention further downtown, you can see just the devastation the fire left as it ripped through the area. Most of the buildings and homes here are destroyed.
We tried to get the word out as much as possible, get people evacuated, get people out of the way, but this came through like a jet plane, really. It just tore right through here.
Whitman County Sheriff Brett Myers says the fire destroyed about 80% of the homes in Malden. The ones still standing were still surrounded by flames. The rest of the town is nearly flattened. The high winds pushed the fire southwest through the small town of Malden and into Pine City, only a few miles away.
To some degree, when you look at Malden right now, it's pretty close to complete devastation.
Several Whitman County fire districts and state agencies raced to the fire. Myers says because of the high wind speeds, they could not get air support, only ground.
In conditions like this, there's just nothing you can do.
One firefighter we talked to was first on scene in Malden. He said at one point, crews had to start picking and choosing which buildings and homes they could save because the fire was moving so quickly.
We've had some big fires in Whitman County, and in many cases, those fires have burnt up a lot of ground, but really haven't destroyed as much property as, what we see today is just the magnitude of property is just substantial. It's some of the biggest amounts of destruction that I've ever seen.
Now this home behind me is just one of only a few that are still standing. You can see the homeowners left the sprinklers on, but just look how close the fire came to the home, melting off the siding. Now we talked to Spokane Fire Chief Brian Schaefer, who says crews are expected to come here tomorrow to search through the rubble for possible victims. Other agencies here are expected to remain here through the night. Reporting in Malden, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
The Whitney fire burning near Davenport has burned 5,000 acres of timber, brush, and grass, and that's according to the Washington Department of Natural Resources. Our Morgan Trout joins us now live with the very latest updates. Morgan, what can you tell us about that fire right now? Okay, it looks like we did lose Morgan there, but there are numerous fires all over eastern Washington, and honestly, it has been very difficult to get those information. According to Morgan, they are still gathering that information, and as we understand, Highway 2 westbound has been closed off by the Lincoln County Fairgrounds, which many firefighters are using as a command post. Fire officials say that hopefully as the fires go down and the winds slow down, they'll be able to recover all of that in the morning. And then Spokane County Fire District has issued level 3 evacuation orders for areas near Northern Quest Casino. Right now the fire is quickly moving, and that fire is around 50 acres and threatening 8 to 10 homes in that area. Level 3 evacuations have been placed for Old Trails and Trail Road. According to Guy Gifford from Washington DNR, right now crews have a line around on the fire, and no structures have been lost at this point. Level 3 evacuations means residents in that area need to get out right now. And the Hunter 2 fire burning a half a mile northeast of Blanchard has grown approximately 500 acres. It's crossed Highway 21 to the Stone Ridge Golf Course area. Evacuations are in place for the area of Blanchard, Elk Road and Stone Road. Residents are being asked to be prepared to evacuate that area tonight. We're also tracking the Evans Canyon fire burning 8 miles north of Natchez. That fire in Yakima County is 60% contained. Level 2 and 3 evacuations remain in place. Highway 821 and Barbecue Flats remain closed there. The Yakima River boat ramps and Yakima River Canyon campgrounds are also closed. That fire has burned over 75,000 acres. And then the Christensen Road fire just west of Fairchild Air Force Base near Highway 2 and South Christensen Road has now fully been contained. The fire burned between 20 to 50 acres and destroyed multiple structures. Fortunately, no one was hurt. And then Odessa School District closing schools for tomorrow, and that's due to those fires in the area and poor air quality. St. John and Endicott Cooperative Schools will also be closed tomorrow, and Davenport School District will also be closed. It's due to those fires in the area and that poor air quality again. And the fire meteorologist and operations scientist for Washington's Department of Natural Resources says that every fire in Washington today has been human caused. Josh Clark says that early estimates figure that over 250,000 acres have been burned across the state. The blue icons right there on your screen indicates all the new fires just from today. And we do want to update you about road closures in the area as well. State Route 21 from US 395 to I-90 is closed. Highway 2 is closed from State Route 172 to 17. And State Routes 172 and 17 are closed altogether. Highway 2 Airway Heights is closed. We do have much more information and closures up to date on KREM.com. And we do want to keep you informed and safe this fire season. So for all the latest on all those wildfires burning in the area, just text the word wildfire to 509-448-2000. And with these high fire danger warnings out there today, with those high winds and the air quality and the extreme cool down in temperatures for this evening, Thomas, there's a lot to talk about tonight. But how is it looking for the rest of this evening?
Yeah, the most important thing is going to be the winds. We want to see those calm down, not just tonight, but especially for tomorrow. That'll give firefighters a much better chance to attack these fires, because as we heard, there wasn't much air support because simply it was just too windy out there. Take a look at some of the visible satellite imagery that we got from today from our GO 17 satellite, and you can just see the smoke pluming out of all the brand new wildfires, just erupting with all this wildfire smoke. The winds out of the north and east traveling to the south and west, so that's the direction that all that smoke was traveling for today. So our air quality may have taken a slight hit at times, but really most of it is actually getting pushed out of our region. Here were the maximum wind speeds today, mainly in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range. Sandpoint getting up into the 54 mile per hour reported earlier today. And that didn't just hurt in terms of wildfire behavior, but the wind speeds themselves caused power outages, because that's when we get tree damage. And in this case, it fell on a fence, but we know that a lot of trees and tree branches can fall on power lines as well. So that's where a lot of those power outages have come from today. The dust storms was another big concern, especially in the Palouse and parts of central Washington, the Columbia Basin, almost looking like a blizzard just without the snow out there, with the visibility is just that low on the roadways. That hence some of the road closures. The winds right now between about 15 to 20 miles per hour, temperatures in the 50s, and with the humidity so low, these temperatures are just going to plummet in the overnight hours. So beyond the winds, which are going to calm down tonight, we're in for a very cold evening and a very cold start to tomorrow morning, all because of this very powerful cold front. But be thankful for this. It's not snowing like it was in Montana and Wyoming, and is going to in Denver for tomorrow. So we missed out on the snow, but we are still in for a couple very cold nights ahead of us.
All right, Thomas, we will check back in with you in just a bit as well. So we are continuing to track your fire coverage into the evening, including the Cold Spring Canyon and Pearl Hill fire that has the town of Mansfield under level 3 evacuations tonight. We'll be right back.